BoogeyMan band coming round the bend. Is BoogeyMan band. Is BoogeyMan band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. This is a Spooky Screenings. This is going to be talking about something that I just watched. It just premiered 5 o'clock Pacific time on YouTube. This is a collaboration between Angry Orchard Cider and Horror Inc. And this is the first official Friday the 13th release we have gotten in nearly 17 years. What I'm talking about is the 13-minute short, Sweet Revenge. Now, back in May of 2024, I talked about this announcement about this Jason universe. I didn't really know what it was. And then there was a couple videos I've done this year. One, I talked about, the redesign of the mask by Greg Nicotero. I talked about that in my Friday the 13th video for Friday the 13th this year, the only one we got, which was, of course, on June 13th. And then I've done a couple other videos where I talked about the upcoming San Diego Comic-Con panel, and that there was going to be this short, this new mini kind of short movie that was going to be coming out and announced. It had been announced, and they were going to be talking about it at Comic-Con. And then on the 25th of July, they actually showcased the trailer for this, and also showcased the new mask, of course, that was designed by Greg Nicotero, and that those masks were going to be showing up in Spirit Halloween stores this fall. And yeah, the trailer was interesting. Like I said, this was kind of different. I think fans like me really thought this is where they were going to go. But at this point, beggars can't be choosers, and I was ready to take anything, and I was ready to go on this journey and see what this little mini movie, Sweet Revenge, was all about. You have a group of young people that arrive at a camp, and then all of a sudden, one by one, they're being stalked by a mysterious killer. You have Ali Ionides, who plays Eve. You have Tessent Morrison, who plays Kyle. You have Tim James White, who plays Troy. You have Chris Carlson, who plays Harold. Natasha Wakey, who plays Dana, and Julia White, who plays Jason Voorhees. The movie was written and directed by Mike P. Nelson. And to give a little context, Mike P. Nelson is also responsible for the Wrong Turn remake that came out in 2021. That was also written by Alan B. McElroy, who wrote the original Wrong Turn. And he's also responsible, Mike P. Nelson has also got the upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night remake that's going to be starring Rowan Campbell, of course, who played Corey Cunningham in Halloween Ends. So what did I think of Sweet Revenge? Did I think it was the adrenaline shot that the franchise needs after being on ice for nearly 17 years? No, I'm not one to be negative here on the channel. People know me. I don't consider myself a film critic. I never have. That's why back in 2023 I stopped doing reviews, and I started doing these spooky screenings, because pretty much I just wanted to focus on stuff that I liked. Going out and watching things that I was interested in, whether I liked it or not. It had to be something that I was really excited about. And I am the biggest Friday the 13th fan. I just was at Crystal Lake Nightmares this past weekend, and I'm still working on my video, so please be patient with me. It's actually turning into be a much more massive video than I anticipated. And seeing this was a little disheartening. It just felt like a tease to I don't know what. I thought that there was some good moments in it. There's a couple of really interesting kills that Jason does. There was one cool moment where the main character of Eve is like walking towards the cabin, and you can kind of see like something sort of illuminating behind her, like a reflection on something, and you're kind of going, oh, is that Jason? You can't really see him, but there was something I could see behind her. And then eventually, when your perspective is her looking into the cabin, and I don't want to give too much away for people to watch them, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but when she's looking into the cabin, you see this shadow sort of gets closer and closer to her, and I thought that was really effective. There was one kill in particular that it was a weapon that Jason's never used before, which I thought was great. Also, the placement of Angry Orchard in the short. There's also references to like apples in it, so that is sort of peppered throughout the film. But like I said, there's moments in it I like. There's a really good jump at one point where Eve is in a canoe looking for her boyfriend Kyle. I thought that was effective. I didn't really like the ending. I didn't like where it went, because it kind of didn't make any sense. You know, it starts one way, and it's like you see that Kyle and Eve have gotten engaged. Her friend Dana, it seems like they're really close, and they arrive at this place that, of course, you know, is like, it was Camp Crystal Lake at one point. They have a caretaker there named Harold, and he kind of not so subtly says that, you know, there was a lot of carnage that went on here. Is pretty much, he says it like there's a lot of murders, and so it's like not very subtle. Again, I mean, I didn't know what to really expect from this whole thing. I just wanted to watch it and give an honest, some honest feedback. I thought Shuler White was a good Jason, but again, you know, I think Vincent DeSanti and the Never Hike Alone films, those are so amazing and so well done, and they're done with love. You can tell the passion is there. This thing seemed passionless. It didn't want that for the first official Friday the 13th release in nearly 2 decades. It left me kind of cold, and something I really don't want to watch again. And I hope that if they are working on a new video game, and they are working on a new movie, which is something they alluded to at Comic-Con, I really hope it's better than this. So sorry to be a bummer with this one, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of Sweet Revenge. I'm curious if anybody else has watched it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, I love to hear from everybody. Thanks so much again for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I really appreciate everybody's support, and please stay tuned for my convention coverage of Crystal Lake Nightmares. I had an amazing fucking time, and I can't wait to share that video with everyone. It is going to be very lengthy, so I hope people are in for a long watch, because I cover quite a bit. I go over pretty much everything that happened while I was there, and all the amazing experiences, and I'm really having fun putting it together, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. So thanks so much again for watching. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.